What caught my attention more than anything was the stories of the prophets in the Bible. This is where I began my end of Christianity. For instance, I start in Genesis with the story of Noah, alayhi salam, Nuh. In the Bible it says Noah preached for 1,000 years. Not very many people listened to him, but he kept going. And then God finally got tired of all of the disobedience of him, because these were the first people ever to obey God were the people of Noah. We believe this as a Muslim as well. The first people to deviate were the people of Noah. So God decided to destroy the earth with a flood. He told Noah to build the ark, and we know the story. There's another story about Noah that's not so prestigious. It says that after the flood, Noah learned that there was such a thing called alcohol. That if you let grapes ferment, they make this wonderful drink that makes you intoxicated. And it says that Noah, and this is a direct quote from Genesis, Noah became so intoxicated with alcohol one day that he was passed out in his home naked. So apparently somebody saw this, because Noah didn't write, he was passed out naked. So apparently Noah was laid out in front of people, passed out naked in his home, intoxicated. Now, it nowhere refers to him as being an alcoholic in a sense, but when you deduce someone that drinks enough to be passed out in their home, but naked, they're an alcoholic. I don't care any way you try to put it around. This person has an issue with alcohol. Because I know a lot of alcoholics, and I've never seen one of them laying in their house naked. So Noah had an issue with alcohol. And so I caught myself and I said, wait a minute. God's prophet. That just kept hitting in my head. God's prophet. I thought they were in my mind, God's prophets were the best human beings. There was no one like them. And this is the reason God chose them for this purpose, is that they led people to God's way by their speech and their actions. So I thought to myself, God's prophet passed out in his home drunk, naked. There's a problem with this for me, somewhere. And then to kind of play it off, because it was a shock for me, I said to myself, now I know why nobody listened to Noah. He was an alcoholic who people found out was laying in his house naked. Nobody listens to those people. If you go to the city center, and I'm sure in every city center in the world, there's bums who get drunk every day and pass out on the streets and beg for money, right? I'm sure that Australia is no different. Now let's say that same bum whom you see every day passed out, urinating on himself and all other kinds of things, one day all of a sudden he jumps up on the park bench and says, you know what, God chose me to be a prophet, sent me with a message to tell you that if you don't follow me, I'm going to build this huge boat in Sydney Olympic Park, and if you get on it, you'll be saved. If not, God is going to destroy all of you. How many of you are going to be following this guy and go get on this boat, even if he can build it? That's what I thought. So I said to myself, now I know why no one listened to Noah except his family. And even then, his son didn't listen to him. So I was like, wow, but that's really weird. It's an issue for me. But I kept reading. I was like, okay, let's just go. The point is to read the book from beginning to end. I can't get stuck in Genesis. So I kept reading, and I got to the story of Lot.